The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
evening, race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Hale Corners Speedway Sim Racing Series Street Stocks. First order of business this evening. 27 drivers have checked in to the pits. Ready to do battle here tonight at Knoxville Speedway. Drivers out getting some practice laps in. Packing down our track for us tonight. Should have 3 heat races. And then a consolation race will fill up our 22-car field. 20 laps, the distance for the A main. Don't forget to say hi in the chat. I don't care where you're watching from. Let us know where you're at. If you're over on Twitch, YouTube, or in any of the Facebook channels, we know you're here. Come by the Dirt Racing Network on Facebook. Give us a like, a share, a follow. And if you're over on any of our other mediums, hit the subscribe button. You know, every time we go live. 3 shows left for you here this evening. This one, and then these guys will turn it around, get right out of these street stocks, right into the Pro Late models, and go at it again here. And while they're doing that, Dominic Santini will have coverage of Dirt Kings over on the Facebook page. About 2 minutes left in the practice session. These drivers going to be called in for drivers meeting. Get ready for qualifying. Yeah, 27 drivers checked in. 26 of them actually have been out on the track. Several cars parked on the pit road right now. I look up and down pit road. Not sure. The 11 car, I don't remember that car being those colors last week, but that could be a very simple thing like trade paint's not actually working correctly. But it is time for us to turn it over to public address and get our national anthem and our invocation out of the way, so take it away.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, drivers on track in qualifying right now. Watching the 15 car of David Kinjerski at the moment. Up to fourth quick. Bud Reidner, 23.341. Right now, your quick qualifier, Nick Sobiek at 361. And Funk, Fisher, Burnt, and Kinjerski now down to 6. He's about to complete his second time lap right here. Second lap, not quicker than the first. He will fall down the chart as Reed Rundle has put himself into position number 2 with a 23.347. 6 1,000ths off as he is in 3 and 4 for his second lap. Second lap for Rundle, considerably slower, so he will stay where he is on the chart. Sobiek still third. Well, I see Mr. Hammer back in the chat. Good to have you back. All right, Reidner, Rundle, Sobiek, your top 3. J.J. Schilling up to 4th, and Cole Duggar rounding out the top 5 in qualifying. Pretty much everybody has their laps in except for this guy right here. 5 car of Colin Skindalewski. 24.161. So slowest of the 27. As qualifying will wind down. We'll divide these guys up into 3 heat races, I think it is. And then we'll fill the rest of the field in. 7 cars from the B main. 22 drivers into your feature. Some last-minute instructions from race control, I am sure, right now as they get prepared to divide these guys up, put them out here. Top 5 from each heat race go straight to our feature. And we'll find 7 more from the B main. 22 cars, 20 laps. Show 3 of 5 today. Stick around, tune in for the other 2. Immediately following this one, we will move on to the Pro Late Models. And at the same time that one starts, Dominic will have Dirt Kings over on the Facebook channels. Right now, heat number 1. Good out at the end of pit road. On the pole will be the 99 of Brandon Hall. On his outside, 75 car, James Fletcher. Row 2 on the inside, the 1 car of J.J. Schilling, and on his outside, the 40 car, the B. Bud Reidner. Row 3 on the inside, the Scribbled Up Car Wash Black Flag Racing, number 74, Peter Brees, and on the outside, the GB Restoration and Repair, number 77, from East Troy, Wisconsin, Gary Budzine. Your 4th row, 64 car, CJR Pride of Tosa machine of Randy Brunner out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. And on the outside of him, Dean Gagliano in the 34. And bringing up the rear today, the 117 of Jim Butcher for heat race number 1. 9 cars ready to go. Chase is in here too. Everybody here looking for the 14 car tonight. All right, green flag out of turn number 4. Brandon Hull and James Fletcher on the front row for heat race 1. Long way around the half mile. 23 plus seconds to get around here. A lot can happen in a half a minute. Pace truck is up on the apron into the infield. Green flag is in the air.
Green flag.
A little push from Mr. Reidner on Mr. Fletcher at the very start. Kind of pushed him out in front of Brandon Hull. He had to check up just a little so he doesn't incur the penalty that would come with jumping the start. Watch a little fender-to-fender action right there. Out of turn 4, it's going to be Hull, Schilling, Fletcher, your top 3. Reidner on the outside in the 40 into 4th. Now he gives up the spot to Peter Brees. Gary Budzine working the 77 car down on the inside here, down the backstretch and into turn 3. He's alongside Reidner. Reidner coming through the middle. Trying to get back the spots he's given up. Not going to happen this time as Budzine and Brees make just a tiny bit of contact down in 1 and 2. That's 4th, 5th, and 6th on the screen right there. It is Brandon Hull leading the 3-car train out in front. They were pretty much nose to tail until Schilling decided to pull down to the inside. 5 laps to go in Heat 1. Now Schilling's got to run up alongside. J.J. Schilling trying to win Heat number 1. Started on the inside of the second row. Now has the lead out of 4. Halfway home, Heat 1. Schilling, Hull, Fletcher, your top 3. Peter Brees sitting in 4th. Gary Budzine sitting in that 5th and final transfer spot. So right now, Schilling, Hull, Fletcher, then Brees and Budzine. Budzine about 2.5 cars ahead of 6th place Bud Reidner. And Randy Brunner, Jim Butcher, and Dean Gagliano round out the Heat Race 1 field as we come to the 2 to go mark. Fletcher trying to go top shelf maybe here. I just don't think and there is enough there. There's still too much grip on the bottom to go very wide and make anything work. Way out there in the marbles. Schilling is running right through the middle of the track in the corners. Hull got the left sides up on the berm that time. White flag. Oh, Fletcher out wide. He's going to cut. Didn't get it to cut and go underneath. Had to go a little wider. That gives up a lot of space when you're out there in that nasty loose stuff. Right now, it looks like it'll be Schilling, Hull, and Fletcher, your top 3 as we come to the checker flag. And Peter Brees and Gary Budzine, as all 5 cars end up breaking away from the rest of the field. Reidner, Butcher, Brunner, and Gagliano will play in the B main shortly. All right, Heat 2. Getting ready to roll out on the track. On the pole, the Picalo Auto Solutions. Number 41 from Oak Creek, Wisconsin, Ryan Fisher. On his outside, the 21 machine going to be Corey Funk. Your second row inside, the 123 of Cole Duggar. On the outside of him, the Buddies Racing Equipment, number 43. It's a TDC race team entry from Oxford, Michigan. Reed Rundle, the pilot. Third row inside, Shark RC Bodies Gross Racing, number 14 from Hartford, Wisconsin, the fan favorite in the chat right now, Andy Gross. And on his outside in the 28, Tony Brent. Your fourth row on the inside, Kyle Trito in the 33 and Zach Krieger in the 35. And on the back row, the Black Flag Racing, number 10 from West Dallas, Wisconsin, Tony Ichkowski. Let you. This isn't even my thing, man. I'll let anybody race. I don't even care. Race anywhere you want to. All right, 9 more cars. 8 more laps. Top 5 to the feature. Everybody else, B main time. Yeah, I'm just a big old bully. That's what I am. All right, green out of 4 with Fisher and Funk on our front row for Heat 2. I would have given you a call between races, but I had to go and cook some pork steaks for my wife for dinner, so it kind of took up my whole time. Sorry, Tim. I'll call you tomorrow. Green flag in the air, Heat 2 underway. Pretty good start. Our front row side by side here. We're going to watch that 43 car on the outside of row 2. He was second quickest in qualifying. He's got to get off that top side if he wants to go forward. Oh, Funk clipped the fence. I don't know who that was behind. I want to say that was Brent, I think, behind Rundle that clipped 3 wide with Rundle in the middle. Now he is going to escape with second. Funk in third, and Duggar comes out of there in fourth. The 11 machine was on the bottom of that 3 wide and did not get any drive out of turn 4 at all. All right, now Funk clipping the wall again down the back stretch. He exited turn 2. He might want to think about being a little lower on that deal. Here comes Reed Rundle for the lead, and then Duggar got into Fisher behind that. So Rundle has the lead in Heat 2. Fisher second, Gross up to third. And we are used to seeing the 43 and the 14 running tight and close. Last season, those two battled just about every single week. So we're used to seeing them close together. Right now, Cole Duggar in fourth. Corey Funk, the 21 car. The white car with the green and black trim right there is your Bubble Boy. He's sitting in that 5th spot, but here comes Brent. Trying to work the high side. Funk keeps getting the car out of shape in the middle of the corners and losing ground. Now gets up and gets into the left rear of Cole Duggar. Keep Duggar in the 4th spot. Here comes Mr. Brent down to the inside. He's going to try to make it 3 wide. Just didn't have enough to get there. Can't get it up there on the exit and move the 21 up the hill. Still no joy getting that car to go forward. Gets there on the entry, but can't do anything up on the exit. That time tried a little bit of bump and run. 2 and no avail. Top 3, top 4 nose to tail. About a car length of gap between 4th and 5th as Fisher goes for the spot on Rundle. 2 to go this time by. Fisher has position on the inside, but Rundle able to keep the power down and drive around the outside when Fisher went through the slick. Fisher, good run off of 2. Get the car right back up alongside Rundle. Rundle's going to lead him to the white flag, but only by half a car. Andy Gross right in there, wants to stick his nose in between cars, maybe make this thing a 3-wide battle for the lead. Rundle with a good run off the top. Starts to ease away. Here comes Gross on the bottom. He had a good run going in there. Gross takes it in, checks it up. 3 wide for the lead out of turn 4 to end heat race number 2. Here comes Rundle off the top side. He's going to win it. Fisher second. Gross is third, Duggar fourth, and Funk holds on to that 5th and the final transfer spot. Brent, Trito, Krieger, and Itzkowski will have to work out of the B main. So 2 down and 1 to go in heat racing action, and the 3rd heat lines up like this. On the pole, the Skis Graphics number 15 of David Kinjerski, and on his outside, the Buddies Racing Equipment I-41 Raceway number 17 from Slinger, Wisconsin, Dean Burnt. Your second row on the inside, the Shark RC car bodies number 112 from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, Chris Johnson. And on his outside, the RLV Faster Motors. VLR number 23, it'll be Nick Sobiek from Big Bend, Wisconsin. Your third row on the inside, Briar Zimmerman, the 002 car, and on his outside, the King's Color and Chrome, Team SKD, number 118 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Scott King. Your fourth row, the Sorens Ford, number 11 out of Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, Ricky Johnson. And to his outside in the 46 is going to be John Brunner. Bringing up the back into the 5 machine, Colin Skinzalewski. Tim, after this one, these guys come right back at it. Pro Lates right back here at Knoxville. Got somebody here in the chat says that Brandon Holt gets the win tonight and wants to bet some money. Well, I can't bet you money because I am an impartial person here, so. All right, pace truck is in. A final heat race for the street stock's about to get underway right here out of turn 4. There's your green flag.
Green, green, green.
Kinjerski. Pretty good start up front. He's going to have the lead through 1 and 2. Chris Johnson up on the berm for a second. That may open the door for several cars. And he gets that closed back off. He's only going to fall to third behind Dean Burnt. Then Nick Sobiak, the 23 car, up on the top side. Now he's trying to make a run at third around the outside of Johnson. You got Briar Zimmerman, the 0 car, sitting in the 5th spot. And here comes the unsponsored number 118. It's some guy from Wisconsin. I don't know who this guy is. I've never heard of him before. Maybe somebody can tell me who is Scott King. I don't know. He's trying to make a bid to get in the top 5 right here. 6th place for him currently. He's got Ricky Johnson in behind that, then Brunner and Skinzalewski. But Kinjerski's got the lead and no one trying to challenge him. Good battle for second. Burnt and Johnson back and forth. Sobiak has taken over the 4th spot all to himself. No battle there. And then Zimmerman in 5th. Zimmerman being hounded by Scott King. King in there trying to get one of the transfer spot. Doesn't want to have to go through the B main. There's a battle for second. Still side by side, these two. Dean Burnt on the top side. Chris Johnson down on the bottom. Everybody chasing David Kinjerski right now. 4 to go, halfway home, final heat race for your street stocks. Johnson trying to use the berm to get the car to go left a little bit, I think, and it really hurt him. He lost a lot of ground to Burnt. Now he and Sobiak going to lay on each other a little, getting into 3. That's going to open the door and bring Zimmerman into the 3-way battle. Those 5 cars in the show right now. If anybody makes a mistake, Scott King right there to pounce on the mistake. Well, I don't know, Tim. I don't even know who he is. It's the first I've heard of him, so maybe we can reach out to him and find out. You know, I mean, a plain black car with white numbers. I don't know. You know how that goes. Low budget racers. Kinjerski's getting away from the field. He's over half a second out in front of Dean Burnt right now. Burnt sits second now. That 3-way battle kind of single line. As Johnson got third, Zimmerman got around Sobiak for 4th, and Sobiak sitting there in 5th. He's got Scott King behind him by about 2.5 car lengths right now. We are on the white flag lap. Kinjerski looks like he's going to win it easily. He'll be going to the feature, and he's going to bring along Dean Burnt, Chris Johnson, Briar Zimmerman, and Nick Sobiak. So we will see King, Johnson, Brunner, and Skinzalewski in the B main, which is coming up next. All right, B main time, 12 cars scheduled to be in this one. We're going to take 7 and put them in the back of the A main. Going to be Ricky Johnson and Kyle Trito in row number 1. Row 2, Jim Butcher and that guy, Scott King. Like I said, I have no idea who that is. Never seen him. Well, I guess that picture, if that's really him. Kind of looks like a weird Elton John, if you ask me. Tony Brent and Bud Reidner in the third row. The fourth row, Randy Brunner and Zach Krieger. Row 5, John Brunner and Dean Gagliano. And your sixth and final row, Tony Itzkowski and Colin Skinzalewski. Just waiting for the cars to roll off. There they go. All right, should be 10 laps. 5 drivers will have extra time to prepare for the Pro Late Model race. That will be coming up at the conclusion of the feature or at the 9 o'clock hour. About 9:15 Eastern time. And the other 7, the first 7 across the line out of this race at lap number 10 will go to the back of the A main. We'll have 22 cars ready for 20 laps. Oh my gosh, that didn't turn on. Well, that's disturbing. All right, green flag about to come out. B main time.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. B main underway. Good start for the front row. Dead even going into 1 and 2. Who's going to have the advantage when they come out the other side down the backstretch? Looks like Ricky Johnson by about a car and a half. Car wiggling just a little bit, so he didn't have a lot of forward momentum, but enough to keep the spot. Butcher, King, Brent Brunner, Reidner, and then Krieger. Krieger back here in 8th. 35 car. Trying to get in the show tonight. That driver, not the Pro Late Model driver, so he will probably be headed to the booth when he gets done with the street stocks. And he is in a battle right now. Needs that top side, needs that momentum if he's going to get around Brunner right here and take that spot. By nose, half a car he's got at that time. Ricky Johnson now starting to become battled by Kyle Trito, Jim Butcher, and Scott King up here in fourth. King almost got into the back of Trito. Might have touched him a little bit. Really checked that 118 car down and opened up a pretty good gap. But it brought him right to Bud Reidner and Tony Brent. So Scott King going to have to do some battling to hang on to a transfer spot. Zach Krieger, Randy Brunner going at it for the final transfer spot. Trito out of shape. Gets into Reidner. That gets a couple of them. There goes Krieger into the infield as well. You saw all that contact. We're going to go back. Butcher second behind Johnson, then Reidner. King in fourth. And now Brent up to fifth. Randy Brunner sixth. And Tony Itzkowski, the 10 car, in that seventh and all-important transfer spot. Gagliano, Trito, Skinzalewski, Krieger, and Brunner. Rounding out the field, there goes Scott King around the inside. Tried to get the spot away from Reidner. Too much slick, not enough forward drive. As we're coming to 4 to go this time. Battle at the front for the lead. Butcher's got the inside. He was even at the line. Can he slide it around across the nose? Not this time. Now needs to find grip off the bottom and the exit at turn 2. Going to stay even. It's a drag race to turn 3. Butcher in the slick. A little tap right rear to left front. Reidner was going to try to go way top shelf. He had to check up. That's going to open the door for King to take third, maybe second if he can get the car turned. Find some drive out the bottom of 2. He might have it away. Not this time. Butcher, Johnson, then King, Reidner. This is your top four. We're going to come down to 2 to go this time. Tony Brent, Randy Brunner, and Tony Ichkowski rounding out that top 7 transfer spots. This is a great battle at the front. Single file line on the top. Reidner's going to get around King for third. Move King to fourth. Coming out of four to the white flag. Still Butcher, then Johnson, Reidner, King, and Brent. That's your top 5. Scott King trying to work on the bottom side. Find some grip. Pull along. Reidner clips the fence out of 2. Gets into Brent. Those two go into 3 and 4, laying on each other. Right door, left door. Opens the door for King. But it is going to be Butcher winning the B main. Ricky Johnson second, Scott King third, Tony Brent, Bud Reidner, Randy Brunner, and Tony Ichkowski. Those 7 cars headed for our feature. Gagliano, Trito, Skinzalewski, Krieger, and Brunner should be done for the evening. Good finish there. As they move right along, no fooling around in this series. Straight to our 22-car A main. Going to line them up this way. The Scrub It Up Car Wash starting lineup. Peter Brees on the pole. Chris Johnson on the outside. Second row, 14 of Andy Gross and the 75 of James Fletcher. Dean Burnt and Ryan Fisher in row 3. Row 4, Brandon Hall and David Kinjerski. The 5th row, Reed Rundle and J.J. Schilling. Row 6, Cole Duggar and Briar Zimmerman. Gary Budzine and Corey Funk in row 7. The 8th row, Nick Sobiek and Jim Butcher. Ricky Johnson and Scott King in the 9th row. The 10th row, Tony Brent and Bud Reidner. And the back row, Randy Brunner and Tony Ichkowski. All 22 cars gridded out, rolling out of the pits onto the Speedway. The 74 of Peter Brees, the 112 of Chris Johnson on the front row. One of the best restarters in the business in that 14 car on the inside of row number 2. Look for him to waste a little time going after the lead. Lights off on the face truck green this time. Hales Corners Speedway Sim Racing Series BnH Builder Street Stocks at Knoxville. 20 lap feature. And we are under the green flag. You saw Gross push Brees out to the front. Now he makes the bid for the inside. Trying to go for the lead, but too much momentum on the top side. Oh, a little wiggle there. That may open the door a little bit. And Peter Brees going to lead a lap number 1. Chris Johnson way wide in the 112. Trying to get a run off the top side. Andy Gross now pulls across in front of Brees. Put the 14 car to the point. Chris Johnson still going top shelf. He is going to try to work alongside. Couldn't quite get there. Brees had a brief moment of working up to the inside of the 14 car. He is second. Johnson is third. Fletcher in fourth. Then Ryan Fisher, the 41 car, in the 5th spot. Burnt and Hull 6th and 7th. Reed Rundle in 8th. You see J.J. Schilling clip the fence. Oh, no. 14 cars around. He's going to get pummeled. And we will wait for a moment to go back and take a look at what happened to the 14 car down here in 3 and 4. Oh, Brees comes across a little tap, and that kind of sucks the two back together. Chris Johnson with nowhere to go. And then the 14 car just gets hammered in the nose area. Schilling was in it. Funk is part of it. Funk's car heavily, heavily damaged. Watching the cars on the track, Mr. Gross up alongside the 74 car. Letting him know he's not very happy. Heavily damaged on the front end. Nose piece crushed in, down, and back. Hood pushed up into the center right there. Probably have some effect on the car. Not a ton, but maybe enough. That's 14. We'll maybe need to make a choice to go down to pit road, see if the crew can pull that out to make it a little more aerodynamic, as he might feel like he's pushing a plow on the front of that thing. But we're going to line up with Gross and Brees on the front row, then Fletcher and Fisher in row 2, Hall and Burnt in row 3, Kinjerski and Rundle in row 4. Still 17 laps to go.
Green flag, green flag.
Drivers were really picking the pace up coming to that green flag right there. And Ryan Fisher around Brees. He is going to try to make a bid for the lead. We'll see what he can do down the back stretch. Staying alongside, pulling up further alongside that 14 car. Here comes the 41 up the inside. Does he have enough this time? Doesn't look like it. Gross going to lead that lap. The end of lap number 4 now. Fisher trying to run him a little wider. I don't know if that's what you want to do. You need to stay down in the tacky if you're going to try to pass this guy. I don't think you're going to be able to slide him. Little bit of a bump right there. That's going to check a bunch of guys up. Think that's going to help out Gross. It's going to allow Brees to get 3 wide in the middle between drivers. Now Fisher with Gross way wide. Can he drive it off the corner, take the lead away? Brees looks like he's got a shot. Side by side for the lead. Brees on the outside, Fisher on the inside. Here comes Fletcher alongside Gross. This time, out of 4. To lead lap number 6, Ryan Fisher. Then Peter Brees. Andy Gross is in a battle with Fletcher. Now Kinjerski's in it. Here comes Rundle. 99 car Brandon Hull. A lot of nose damage. Must have been in part of that incident as well. I didn't see that car in it, but not surprised as far forward as it happened. He's up there and he's working on 6th right now. Still side by side for the lead. 74 Brees. Made a statement at the end of last season, picked up a feature win, and he has been strong so far this season, and he's doing it again tonight right here at Knoxville. Brees now with the slider across the nose of the 41 car. Had about 2 car lengths on him in the middle. Fisher turns it underneath, and he almost got dead. Even Ryan Fisher led that lap at the line by the paint on the front of the car. Great battle. Not going to take our eyes off of this battle till they settle it. Now Fisher tries the short slider, hangs up the 74 car a little. That may do it. That may give him a little bit of breathing room down the front stretch. Only a car length. Brees not giving up easy on any of these guys. Keeping the pressure on. He's going to run the inside down the backstretch and find a little forward momentum through the tacky. Andy Gross still hanging on to third. Here comes Kinjerski. Kinjerski around the inside takes fourth away from Fletcher. Fletcher fifth. Rundle now sixth as he got around both Zimmerman and Duggar. They've all moved Brandon Hull, back to ninth, and then Dean Burnt is running 10th. So good stuff going on here. Now Brees back to the point. Here comes Kinjerski for third. Kinjerski's keeping the 15 car pretty close to the bottom right there. Just think he got a little out of shape. You got to keep that car pinched down a little bit. It's tough to get that run. You need to get a good one through the middle if you're going to have to slide the car a little on the exit. Trying to move Gross out of a podium spot right here. 12 down, 8 to go. Rundle now around the inside has gotten past Fletcher for the time being. That's a 4-car battle from 5th to 9th. Now Kinjerski lost a little bit of space. There's a tap from behind Rundle. He had the car get a little bit away from him, trying to stay off the back of Kinjerski. That takes some pressure away from Fletcher and company. Kinjerski now really starting to fall back. Gross getting closer to Fisher. Fisher closing in on Brees. Had a good run at the exit of 2. Is going to pull alongside. Coming down to 5 to go. Got the car up on the berm. Really had to lift hard to keep it out of Brees's left door. 5 to go right there. Brees a little out of shape in the middle of 2. This could be a pretty good 3-car battle in about 2 laps if things keep going the way they are. Fisher trying to do the cut down line, and it's really giving him good run off. He's just not getting far enough alongside to complete the slide job right here when he needs it. Brees is really doing a good job of keeping the middle on entry covered. They touch doors in 2. They might touch again down the backstretch. Brees really kept him pinned down low. Think he got a little bit of a door for that. They're going to open it up. Here comes Gross back into it again as those two making contact. Fisher slams the door on Gross. Brees had him pinned on the outside. Battle for the lead really getting hot here now. Gross crossed the nose of the 74. Brees was going to go 3 wide again. Coming to the 2 to go mark. Fisher back underneath. He's got the lead again. Slider line for Fisher. Gross took the low line. Now Brees along the top side. Didn't get a squeeze play. Gross tried to pin it up. He tried to lock the door right there on the slider. Pincala, Auto Solutions number 41, gave him a little shot in the butt for it. Here comes Duggar with a big slide job. Can he keep third now? Final lap, white flag. Fisher's got about 2-3 car lengths. I think Gross is going to go for the haymaker. He checks it up when he hits the berm. Oh, contact. Brees got around. He's going to collect cars. This is going to be an ugly finish, but Fisher will win it. Gross second, and Duggar comes home third. Many wrecked machines behind. As we will real quickly try to grab a car here. We'll go back. This is the lap previous, and we're going to watch right here the 15 car of Kinjerski, the 11 of Duggar, the 74 of Brees. They're going to get down here into 3 and 4. Brees went for the big slide job, little contact there with Duggar, then down into Kinjerski, and that just starts a melee right here coming out of turn 4. Cars not going to be able to miss that guy, and he gets hit right in the driver's side window. I don't know, 3-4 times right there. So get the guys around here on the front stretch. Do believe that our winner got a little hung up on the fence, but we don't care. We'll still go in and chat with him. All right, let's find Mr. Fisher. Move him in. Duggar and Mr. Gross. Cold Duggar, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you bring it home on the podium here, Knoxville, in the street stocks, man. Tell us a little bit about how crazy that feature was.
I know, but there was a lot of dirt street stocks at Knoxville tonight, man. That was crazy. It was a lot of fun. Nice to have a full field. That was pretty cool. Started 11th, made my way up. Yeah, that was crazy race, man.
Yeah, there is a junkyard down the front stretch at the end of the 20th lap there. It was a little wild on the finish, but a fantastic run. How'd the track change, and what were you looking for from lap to lap out there?
I was really looking for the bottom in the beginning. I think I started on the inside, so I think I actually lost a couple spots on the bottom. I thought it was going to come in late, but it really kind of didn't. It was kind of high line, a lot of sliders, and yeah, a lot of fast cars out there tonight too.
All right, man, a fantastic run. Who do you got for some shout-outs and some thank yous before we let you get out of here?
I got to thank Outlaw Motorsports, LSR TV, UDTV. Got to thank my dad for watching, and got to thank you guys for the broadcast. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, thanks for chatting with us. Look forward to seeing you in the late models in just a little bit.
Thank you.
Cole Duggar, your third place finisher. Let's get Andy Gross up here. Andy, you got a copy?
I got you, Roger.
Well, interesting start to the race. Tell us about that first. What happened on the start out there?
Well, I believe that it was just somebody threw a not so clean slider, and we ended up getting my spot back. So that's all that really matters. But here you can throw a lot of sliders, but if you're going to throw one, you just got to make sure you're clear.
Yeah, it looked like you drove pretty much the entire race, but the front end caved in on that thing. Did it really make a difference in the way the car handled?
Yeah, it substantially. The car was a little erratic with when I go in the corner and really want to come out, tail end on me. So I just got a little hairy there a little bit.
Well, still a great run. Second with a wrecked race car is better than done on lap number one. Any worries about points this early in the season?
No, we're just going to go out there and give her everything we got and see if we can place a little bit better in the final points than we did last year in the street stocks, and we're just going to give her everything we got and leave nothing on the table.
All right, man. Still a fantastic night. Second is awesome. Who do you got for shout-outs and thank yous?
Yeah, I got to thank Brian Hamer at BnH Builders. I got to thank Nate Novak from Henco Waterjet Supply. Got to thank Dave Kajerski at Ski Graphics. I got to thank Paul Peterson at Shark RC Bodies. I thank my wife. I got to thank my boy Parker. Everybody watching from the bait shop. Just a great start of the night, and hopefully we can do one better in the late models tonight.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and good luck when you get down there in the late model, sir.
Thanks, Roger. I appreciate it.
Your second place finisher, Andy Gross, and we will move on to the winner tonight in the street stocks. Ryan Fisher, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you bring it home on the top, man, and you had to fight a little bit to get it. Tell us about getting around for the point there and how you brought this thing home.
Yeah, no, that was a really fun race. It was, very racy track. You could throw sliders very easy. There was a couple of grooves you could run. It almost, as dumb as this sounds, reminds me like Homestead with the NASCAR. We can run right up next to the wall, run right down low, throw sliders on guys. So it was a really fun race with Andy there. I kind of got into him a little bit, which I didn't mean to, but, sliders late, and you got to do what you got to do.
Well, an awesome job, and a big boost in the arm. Had a couple of bad weeks. Not terrible, but not great. This should be a pretty good shot in the arm for the whole team.
Yeah, I haven't been to Victory Lane in so long. I got stuck in the fence trying to get there. So that was it's been a while since I've been there, but I'm glad to be back.
All right, man. Who you got helping you out every week before we let you get prepared for your late model race?
I want to thank Pink Owl Auto Solutions and Racine, Nick Sobiak, Dan Sobiak, the whole Sobiak family, my mom, my dad, Franklin Motorsports, and DR Kurtz.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck down there in the street in the late models in just a little bit, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to you on the podium again.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Your winner in the street stocks, Ryan Fisher. Take a look at our official results. Fisher wins it. Gross second. Duggar was third. Fletcher in fourth. Brandon Hull fifth. Bud Reidner sixth. Brian Zimmerman seventh. Dean Burnt in the eighth spot. Nick Sobiak ninth. Reed Rundle recovers running about fifth and gets a little contact, gets sideways. He ends up on the berm there with a couple to go. He comes home 10th. Jim Butcher in 11th. Scott King, that guy, like I said, just that guy right there. The 118 car comes home 12th. Tony Brent in the 13th spot. Randy Brunner in 14th. Gary Budzine was 15th. Chris Johnson 16th. David Konjarski late in the going, running inside the top 5 on the last lap, ends up heavily damaged, turned around, none of his own doing, and he ends up a disappointing 17th tonight. Peter Brees, after running up front all night long, involved in that same incident, comes home 18th. 19th to Ricky Johnson. Tony Itzkowski in 20th. Corey Funk 21st, and J.J. Schilling in the 22nd spot. Well, that does it for the street stock portion of the show. We're going to shut things down, switch a few things over, get ready for these guys to come right back. Same track, different car. They'll be in the Pro Late Models when we return. So hang around a few minutes. Tune back into the channel for that. Appreciate everybody being here, guys. If you can't stick around, keep it dirty till the next time we see you. Be back in just a few.